most important part of any surgical procedure and what we concentrate on Farkas plastic surgery is patient safety and honesty in procedures of results. The benefit of Farkas plastic surgery is that you have a board-certified plastic surgeon oversee all of your care, giving you none of these nuances and gimmicks, but the truth and honesty of procedures. Patients come to me to be able to understand the options available to them to achieve a result they're looking for. I was very fortunate to train at the #1 plastic surgery training program in the country in Dallas, Texas, being able to develop the newest and latest procedures and technologies. Each patient has their own individual concerns. You want to focus their treatment on what their concerns are. So the customizable approach is absolutely imperative in all the treatment, and most importantly is overseen by a specialist who has a unique expertise in these different parts of the entirety of plastic surgery to be able to give the patient the most confident, honest, directed treatment pattern. The only way that we can get patients to a point where they're happy with their result is if they're happy with their interaction with the whole staff, and most importantly with their trust they have here. So at Farkas Plastic Surgery, we treat everyone as if they're our family. There's nothing that's sold here to patients that wouldn't be done on our loved ones or ourselves, because that's dishonest and we don't practice that way here.
I have 3 children, and you don't know what pregnancy is gonna do to you, and then you do it, and then when you're finally done, you're like, this is as good as it's gonna get with the exercise and everything else. I was just trying to feel better about myself on a day-to-day basis, kind of try to go back to pre-baby body a little bit, or as much as I could. And that's when I contacted Dr. Farkas. I had heard a few of the people, they call it like the mommy surgery. I was like, this is the time to do it before I'm too old and I can't appreciate it. He was really like answering my questions and then not pressuring me to do it. He's like, this is your body. So if you want to get this done, I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to be honest with you about recovery, and then you make the decision. I was a little scared. Is this really the smart thing to be doing when I'm a mother of 3 and I was working? And I think he just put me at such ease. He was very honest about everything from like the size of the breast implant to where the actual incisions will be, the healing time, and the recovery is not nearly what I thought it was gonna be. It really was a lot shorter, and the results are amazing and you're happy. I didn't even realize how natural it could look. The scar under my breast is so minimal, you barely can see it. The scar on my stomach, I don't even notice it anymore. I am a little sad and mad at myself that I didn't do it maybe 5 years earlier, but I would tell anyone, if you even are thinking about it slightly, come in for a consultation. Life is way too short to be unhappy.
Surgical facial rejuvenation encompasses 2 different aspects. One being a rhinoplasty operation, which is AKA also nose job, versus a face and neck lift or brow lift, upper blepharoplasty. Those are facial procedures for facial rejuvenation to turn back things that happen with people's faces with time. Faces and neck lifts generally involve an incision that comes here in front of your ear, around your ear, and then back into your hairline. That ends up to really restructure your jawline, tightens up musculature in your neck, which is called your platysma, and help give you a more youthful lower face. You can add a mid-face lift to the operation to address part of your mid-face, which can descend over time as well, but those can be addressed mostly with fat grafting operations that I perform at the same time of the face and a neck lift to be able to give them a more youthful mid-face. Things like an upper blepharoplasty or an eyelid lift, patients sometimes over time can suffer from excess skin that gathers on their upper eyelid. So through a small incision in the upper eyelid crease, you're able to address that problem to be able to give their eyes a more rejuvenated and youthful look. So these are some of the few options we offer here at Farkas Plastic Surgery. So tummy tuck procedures, which is one of the most popular cosmetic surgery operations that we perform here at the center, really improves all the contour to the shape to women, generally after they've had children. After the body has to accommodate a giant uterus, it stretches out the core of the woman's abdomen. In order to be able to bring that back to their central core, you have to tighten up the muscles in the midline.
So a tummy tuck operation extends from the chest all the way down to the pubis in order to really get the core nice and flat. And the unwanted stretched fatty tissue that can be underneath the umbilicus is generally removed at that surgery. The incision is usually from hip to hip and again around the belly button. Generally, this operation encompasses liposuction to the flanks to really get the patients a nice silhouette and hourglass shape that they are desiring. But the most important is the plication to the abdomen really tightens up their tummy to be able to give them that pre-baby body back. Love to see you here for a consultation to go over what procedure is best for you.
Mommy makeover procedures, which are huge now across the globe. And the reason being is that the wonderful part of pregnancy wreaks havoc on a woman's body from when she's young to be able to have the hormone changes and body changes that go along with pregnancy. So mommy makeover procedure encompasses a breast procedure and an abdominal procedure, with now the new latest thing being also buttock procedures to be able to give people better contour. It's very important. How we practice here in plastic surgery is not to the extremes of plastic surgery. You want people to still maintain the way that they currently look, just to improve upon changes that happen to them over time, or for things such as pregnancy to bring them back to how they were before those things have happened.
Here at Farkas Plastic Surgery, we carry a lot of medical grade products that you won't find over the counter. We carry everything from cleanser, toner, and moisturizer, which is your everyday AM and PM regimen. Each one of our clients have such a great experience because we make it personal and we customize each skincare regimen for their needs. So one person can come in just for acne, one person could just come in just because they're dry. We're just focusing on what they want and need. We have a spa membership program here at Farkas Plastic Surgery for $80 a month. It's a basic facial that you can get monthly. You also get additional discounts on products, Botox, BBL facials, and any upgraded facials that you'd like, starting at microneedling or hydrofacials. So if you're interested in our spa loyalty program, make sure to ask about it at your next visit.
My name is Jennifer, and I am a patient at Farkas Plastic Surgery. I was looking for maintenance primarily with Botox because being a woman at this point, 30s and 40s, and you start to really take a microscope to yourself and you don't always feel so good about yourself. I found Dr. Farkas through word of mouth, and right away from the get-go, there was just comfort. From the second you walk in, I knew that I was just gonna love this staff. Actually, from just booking the appointment. Let's start there. It was wonderful just on the phone with the girls. So you come in and Dr. Farkas kind of becomes your therapist. You kind of wanna have girl talk with him because you have that comfort. It feels really good to know that he's on your team and you guys have the same goal. You still wanna look like yourself and feel your very best, and he's not gonna let you go overboard. I think it just speaks to the person he is and that he is an honest human being. You really have to put your trust and faith. This is your face. This is how you present to the world. So you have to feel really good about the person that you're going to entrust this to. Another reason I love to come to the practice is to visit Tamar at the Med Spa. They offer so many services here. Tamar will take one look at me and just know exactly what my skin needs. I just feel so good in her hands and know that my skin will come out looking its best. I cannot recommend this practice enough to others. I am all about going to the city for everything, but not for this, because it's in our backyard and it's the best of the best. And it's all here, from Dr. Farkas to the Med Spa. It's the best.
Breast reduction surgery literally takes a weight off your chest. So breast reduction involves removing a portion of the breast gland. Similar to just a breast lift, it just depends on how much breast tissue you're actually going to be removing. The incisions are generally around the areola, down the front surface of your breast, and potentially underneath the surface, totally hidden at the bottom of your breast, in order to help to reshape and recontour the breast tissue. It can be performed on both men and women, depending on the breast shape that people are looking for. The benefit of the operation is by removing the gland and able to put the breast to a new place on the chest wall, we have the ability to really reshape the breast mound and gland to whatever individualized choice the patient desires.
We have a couple here. We have Forever Young, Forever Clear, and then we could also spot treat. Forever Young basically keeps you young and youthful. As we get older, we tend to have more age spots. So people like to target that on their hands, their décolleté, their face. Forever Clear is great for patients with acne because they have acne scars and they have discoloration. Plus they have redness from the acne, so it helps tone that down. We start off with the blue light, which kills the bacteria. Then we focus on the redness of the skin, which is brought by the pimple. And we could spot treat any sunspot, hyperpigmentation, broken capillaries around the nose, evening out the skin tone and smoothing it out. Laser hair reduction is for men and women, full body. It reduces 60 to 80%. It is great for women who shave every day or even religiously wax because it reduces 60 to 80% of your hair. I see patients every 4 to 6 weeks, their first year. Then we do touch-ups. It's a fairly quick procedure, but to do a full leg takes about an hour.
I gained a lot of weight with my 3 children. It took a toll on my body. My body wasn't as tight, I was flabby, I had excessive skin, I had a huge scar from 3 C-sections. I wasn't feeling confident in myself, and I wanted to go back to what I looked like when I was 20 years old. And that's why I went ahead and I got a doctor like Dr. Farkas. I went to him inquiring about getting a mini talk and resurfacing my scar. I describe him, first of all, as a wonderful person, how patient he is. It's just a friendly and warm office, and I feel right at home. I had other consultations with other groups, but I didn't feel as comfortable. Dr. Farkas explained everything with such grand detail. He made me feel like everything was gonna be okay and I was gonna be very, very happy with my results. He's gonna work, to make his patients very happy, and that's what he did for me. I was expecting to be out of commission for at least 4 weeks. I was shocked that after a week, I was able to be back to my normal routine almost. I was probably most worried about the way the scar was gonna look. Well, the results were amazing. I'm ecstatic with my new scar. My waist seems so much trimmer and slim. I can wear my bathing suits and feel comfortable in them. So I'm feeling really happy. I'm so thankful that I met Dr. Farkas. I just wish that it would have came a few years earlier and sooner so I could have done my surgery sooner. I trust Dr. Farkas with my life. I just thank him every day for the results I have.
Cryotherapy is an amazing, innovative tool to be able to bring into Farkas plastic surgery that really helps get a lot of the soft tissue swelling that you can get post-surgically out of the tissue to speed up your recovery. So there's different modalities that we can use with our cryotherapy device. You can either use it for musculoskeletal injuries and pain. You can also use it for cellulite treatment, and you can also use it for toning. The most powerful part of the practice to be able to use is with our cryotherapist who's specifically trained in lymphatic massage to really help stimulate that soft tissue and get a lot of the swelling out of that soft tissue. So it's an incredible new tool we're able to bring here into the practice and really take non-invasive treatments to a different level.
The most important thing to know about injectables is that everyone is trying to do injectables. People take a weekend course to go do injectables. You can go to a hair salon and get injectables. You hear at your dentist that they're now doing injectables. So injectables is a medicine that should be only administered by trained professionals that are trained to do so. The difference in non-invasive treatments or injectables is Botox or neuromodulators and hyaluronic acid, which is a filler, or calcium hydroxyapatite, which is our filler, also known as Radiesse and Juvederm and Restylane. So most important, which is one of the benefits of coming to Farkas plastic surgery, is each has their definitive role and are different treatment modalities for things that happen with facial aging. Okay, Botox or any neuromodulator like Dysport and Xeomin, those treat the muscles that move certain aspects of your face. So it's very important to know is that the treatments that you're getting, what the Botox is doing, where it's treating, how long it will last, and why you're treating in certain areas. Patients come to practice all the time and can't believe the time that's spent to discuss with them what the Botox is doing and why they're getting it and what it's for, versus patients that get fillers, which treats volume loss in your face. Because over time, now that we've realized through science and through education, is that with facial aging, patients lose volume in their face, and that makes them appear more aged. And that's how fillers have their role, to be able to fill areas that you have volume loss over the course of aging.
My name is Courtney. I'm a patient at Farkas Plastic Surgery. I've been coming here for probably about a year now, and I pretty much live here. And if I'm not here, it's weird. I remember the first time I came here, I was hesitant on getting Botox because I'm young, I'm 26, but then I was talking to him about it and he's like, no, it's preventative. And he educated me before he even did anything. And he educated me on all different types that they offer, and like sat there with me before he even injected me and wanted to make sure I was comfortable. I started getting microneedling probably like 2 months ago, and I've been obsessed with those results. I get dermaplaning too. Even the laser hair removal, I am obsessed with that. I just love it here because I just feel like they don't like push you just to do anything, and they really just like help you feel good about yourself. It's like definitely given me more confidence. I do like a couple photo shoots, and they just always make sure I like look good before I have to like go do anything that's gonna put me in like a position where I like need my confidence. I always try to find a way to recommend coming here in conversations. When I do spray tanning, I'm like, you guys really should go look into laser hair removal or cryo or Botox. I always promote them. I really just feel like this is just a family-oriented place, and I just don't want to go. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. I've had tons of people even reach out and wanted to like take me from here, and I said, no, I'm not leaving. I'm staying.
One of the most common non-invasive injection procedures we perform here at Farkas Plastic Surgery is lip augmentation with hyaluronic acid fillers. The lip thins over time. Some patients may be born with thin lips. Some may realize that their lips are atrophying over time. By recontouring the lip with hyaluronic acid filler, which lasts around 6 or 9 months, we can increase the pout of your lip, strengthen your Cupid's bow peak, which are the two peaks here at the top of your lip, and also give you a nice aesthetic balance to your upper and lower lip. The goal of the operation is not to make you look like a fish or like a gorilla. The goal is to actually make sure and enhance a natural lip contour, which is very, very important because this day and age, it seems that a lot of times with the selfies and Instagram models that we have is that they're very, very full lips. The natural lip is very important to make sure that you maintain proportions to where your upper lip is 1 millimeter or 2 smaller than your lower lip to give you a natural appearance. Hope to see you here at Farkas Plastic Surgery. We can talk more about your lip augmentation procedure.
My name is Elizabeth, and I'm a patient here at Farkas Plastic Surgery. So what I was looking for was kind of slowing down what the aging looks like in my face. I think I was very self-conscious about my forehead especially. I'm in real estate for a living, and I do a lot of sales, and I just feel like I was more confident, not being self-conscious about, how I looked. I visited one practice in Soho, and it's kind of in and out, a revolving door, not really much relationship with the patients. My first experience with Dr. Farkas was very, very, very comfortable. I really felt like I was well informed on anything that I was kind of sort of feeling like I might want to do, and nothing was pushed on me. What makes this office different from the others is that there's a good amount of time spent. I always feel like my visits with Dr. Farkas have been longer than visits at other places. Everything is just thoroughly explained, and I feel like I'm not being rushed. The results of the things that I've done here have been noticeable, but not too noticeable. Enough to know that something looks really great on your face, but not over-exaggerated or very different. I have been very confident since I've been visiting here. This office is a white glove service. Everyone here is super friendly, is super accommodating. I feel like I've heard some horror stories from other people on their experiences, and I always let them know that if they come here to Dr. Farkas, they can absolutely know that they're going to be handled with care and get the results that they want.
So hydrofacial is a bunch of vitamins that get infused into the skin. Here at Farkas Plastic Surgery, we customize it to each patient. If they need to focus on discoloration, or if they just want brightness to the skin, or if they just want acne treatments. First, we start off by exfoliating the skin, and it's basically almost like a vacuum suction, and it's taking off the dead skin. The next step would be to extract, which is taking out the blackheads. The third step would be the booster, to brighten up the skin, to give you even skin tone. You'll be walking out of here with a glow. Patients love it, because at the end of it, they get to see all the dirt that comes out of their skin. It's all environmental damage. People don't realize. Women think they take off all their makeup when they actually don't. Even for men, there's so much dirt in their skin and they don't even see it. They call it a lunchtime facial. It takes about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on which one you're getting, because we could also incorporate LED lights. There's blue light and red light. The blue light is for bacteria, and the red light helps with fine lines and wrinkles.
Hi, my name is Ina, and I'm a patient here at Farkas Plastic Surgery. I do have some big pores, and I wanted them to be cleared up and made smaller. And so I was recommended to Tamar. I had my consult with her, and I had my first facial. I left feeling really happy. I love it. I love the experience here. When I come and I have a request, it's tailored to what I need, and it's not forced upon what they think I should get. And that I could make my final decision and not get pressured into doing it, I think shows how good of a practice this is. I love that if I ask a question, or if I ask 10 questions, they feel comfortable in answering all of them. My skin needs a customized approach. So when I come in, and I'm not sure what I would like to get done, I get that guidance here. Tamar, she knows your skin. You go in there and she could take one look at you and say, you know what? I think we should do this, and I think that would help with your skin. I have recommended a lot of friends and family, and the feedback has been tremendous. As soon as they leave, I'll get a phone call thanking me, saying they had an amazing experience, and they can't wait to recommend it to their friends and family.
Liposuction procedures can entail all types of different body contouring. It can encompass liposuction to just the abdomen, to the back, to the flanks, to the thighs, as well as to the arms. Generally, liposuction should only be performed on patients that are really at their optimal weight. It's not a weight reduction tool, but more of a body contouring type of operation. The ability of doing liposuction circumferentially, then patients generally now desire sometimes to have a Brazilian buttock lift, which involves fat grafting to the buttock by using that same fatty tissue you remove with liposuction. Here at Farkas Plastic Surgery, we do what's called a safe liposuction technique, which is using power-assisted liposuction. It helps to break up the fatty tissue and then aspirate it in order to be able to give a nice, smooth interface between the skin and subcutaneous tissue and their underlying core to be able to get a nice without having any ridges in the liposuction itself. Inquire here at Farkas Plastic Surgery for the different liposuction that may be best for you.
People are so conscious on their nose because there's no hiding your nose and it's the middle of your face. And they're so concerned with these small imperfections or issues with their nose because to them, that's the first thing that anybody sees as soon as you look at someone's face. This is one of the most important parts of being a responsible, honest plastic surgeon. When patients come to me and they say, what do you think about my nose? The conversation isn't what I think about their nose. The conversation is what bothers them about their nose and what I can do realistically to be able to achieve a result that they'll be happy with. A rhinoplasty, which is the incredible, amazing, powerful operation, which is a surgery of millimeters, can change someone's overall appearance by just subtle changes that you can perform doing a nose operation procedure by tightening their tip, shrinking their nose, taking the dorsum or the hump down to make it nice and smooth. And those can be dramatically affecting patients' self-esteem, ranging from age 16 years old up into their 40s or 50s. Patients that come in with a picture and say, I want a nose that looks like this person or this person. It's my job as the plastic surgeon to educate the patient that there's many characteristics of a person's face that develop their appearance of their nose, their facial skeletal structure, the volume of their face, facial proportions. And that's the most important part of the consultation, is to discuss with them in detail what changes that they're looking for. Are they reasonable changes that can be successfully accomplished in the operating room?
I was always self-conscious after, I had my children, of my stomach and like the love handles. I had the XX skin. I felt like it kind of prevented me from just being fully confident in certain situations. I was looking into having a tummy tuck, and then I happened to meet Dr. Farkas. I think Dr. Farkas is just very genuine. I think he's very honest. I think he's very caring about his patients. The staff here is very welcoming. Once I met Dr. Farkas, from the second I met him, I knew I felt really comfortable with him and I wanted to move forward with the surgery. My concerns were, am I making the right choice? I have 2 children. Am I going to be able to care for them? Is there going to be any complications? He went over every single step of the procedure with me, from the pre to post and what to expect with the recovery. Day after the surgery, he came to the hospital like 7 a.m. to make sure I was okay. He just wants, the best for his patients. I was definitely expecting to take more time off of work. I figured at least a few weeks based on things that I've read online. Some patients took off a few weeks to a few months for work. I was back within 7 days and I felt great. I definitely wish I did the procedure a lot sooner. I think it is very important to have confidence, especially as a mother. You want to feel good about yourself as you get a little bit older. I don't have to hide my stomach. I'm able to wear bodysuits. I'm able to wear a bathing suit with confidence. I'm able to go back to my size 4 dresses. I'm able to wear all my clothing I had before kids. The scar is hidden. You're not able to see any lines, any scarring. I'm very thankful for Dr. Farkas, and I'm very happy with the decision that I made to move forward with the procedure.
An exciting new tool we brought here into Farkas Plastic Surgery is neck contouring and jawline restructuring. This involves liposuction to the lower neck, undersurface of your chin, with a small incision on the undersurface of your chin in order to evacuate a lot of that problematic soft tissue and fullness of your lower chin. By improving the jawline with contouring using fillers or with fat grafting, we can strengthen your jawline, really improving your cervical mental angle in a combination procedure that really euthanizes your neck. And it can be something very simple that we perform here in the office. It takes about 45 minutes with very limited recovery and really be able to help you get rid of that under chin fullness that is really aging and deforming to some patients.
The halo is one of the new revolutionary treatments in laser skin surgery. The benefit of the laser, specifically the halo, is it has a combination treatment where it can treat the superficial epidermis as well as the lower dermis at the same treatment with very minimal recovery time.
Halo is actually one of the big hits right now. Similar to microneedling and also profractional kind of mixed in one. You could also combine that with a BBL facial and you would get probably the best results possible. It evens out texture and tone. It's great for fine lines and wrinkles, shrinks pores, great for rosacea and pigmented skin.
Some of the other laser procedures, the more aggressive you get to get treatment into the dermis, the deeper layer of the skin, is there's an associated recovery. But now with the halo procedure, you're able to have a surgical outcome with a much less recovery and easier downtime by treating the superficial epidermis and then using heat to treat the deeper dermis to give them the halo glow.
My name is Amanda and I am a patient at Farkas Plastic Surgery. So I had wanted to have a rhinoplasty done since I was a young girl. I had been researching online. Finding someone with experience was really important because I want to make sure that, this is something I'm going to be happy with and have to have it for the rest of my life. And then that's when I had set up my consultation with Dr. Farkas. I felt really comfortable with him. I felt like I could talk to him easily and I didn't feel like he was pressuring me to do anything. He was very focused on, okay, what do you want? So coming in and seeing that he was making an exact custom model of, okay, this is what we're going for, I was like, wow, this is great. I could actually see what my nose would look like afterwards. And we were able to modify it and adjust it and like go through exactly what I wanted. So when I was in the OR, I was very nervous because it was my first surgery. I've never had any sort of surgeries. And he was basically just giving me a pep talk and motivating me, and he completely calmed me down. He cared a lot about how I was feeling, and he cared a lot about giving me the best experience. There's a lot of physicians that I've seen that are very dismissive, and they don't care to actively get involved in how you're feeling about things, but I feel like he went the extra step. Recovering comes with its own stresses, and Dr. Farkas actually gave my husband and myself his phone number so that way we can contact him whenever things came up. But after a few days, I was fine. I was back to work. So post-surgery, I'm definitely a lot more confident. I feel like I don't have to be looking in pictures and cringing anymore. Compared to my other experiences with other offices I dealt with, I felt like I was a lot more cared for here. At Dr. Farkas Plastic Surgery, they treat all the people that walk in as if they were part of the Farkas family.
Microneedling is a cosmetic treatment that stimulates collagen by piercing the skin with needles. You can apply hyaluronic acid or your own plasma, which is the most organic and natural way to get the treatment done. PRP helps the skin tissue repair itself and encourages cell reproduction. Some benefits of microneedling are improving scars, whether it's acne or surgical, helps tighten the skin and reduces fine lines and wrinkles, helps with sun damage and hyperpigmentation, and reduces the appearance of large pores and uneven tone and texture. Most patients feel really good, always wanting to make their next appointment, and everybody always leaves here glowing and rejuvenated, so come on in.
Breast procedures can encompass from making breasts smaller to making breasts larger. That's really how you can separate the two operations outside of breast cancer operations, which we do here at Farkas Plastic Surgery for breast reconstruction following cancer with either implant-based or microvascular surgical reconstruction. For cosmetic procedures, either with a reduction or a lift of a breast, it's basically taking the gland and re-elevating it onto the chest wall to a more youthful position. A heavy breast over time being on the planet Earth is going to descend and stretches the skin envelope. With changes of pregnancy, it has to get engorged so that you're able to nurse, and then it will deflate, and patients have certain characteristics that are very common post-pregnancy to their breast of those changes. So a breast lift or a reduction helps to reshape or recontour their breast. If patients are still not having adequate breast volume for something that they desire, that's when an implant, a silicone or saline breast implant, may be useful to give them the best breast shape that they're looking for.
My name is Barbara, and I'm a patient at Farkas Plastic Surgery. I had surgery for breast augmentation in my early 20s. I had noticed that over time, my left breast had then become encapsulated. It wasn't natural looking anymore. But I needed to, at some point, have breast reconstruction surgery. So I have a friend that recommended Dr. Farkas and said that this would be the only place that she would ever go for any procedures. So I trusted her, and I came to see Dr. Farkas, and I was not let down at all. I came and talked to him about it. He explained the procedure and was just very accommodating in everything that he had said. I understood everything that he was going to do, very soothing, very professional. They had gotten all different sizes of breast implants to make sure that it still looked natural, but they were in the position that they should be. And he has been amazing with that, just making sure that everything is always to my liking, never overdoing anything. The staff here is amazing. They're always accommodating. It's a good experience overall. The aging process is not easy, right? So I think we have to look at it from that perspective and say, okay, there's things that I would do and things I wouldn't do. Dr. Farkas has been very, very good in helping me realize the things that I can do and I can't do, to still be confident in myself and my appearance, but not overdo it. He does great work, and he's just got a great personality. So he's warm, he's caring, he's just overall a great doctor.